Trump. And I personally think it's by design. I think he's doing it on purpose because this is succession plan that he has in mind for his coup d'etat. So here we see J.D. Vance with Maria Bartiromo on Fox News Sunday.
Transparency, but I have to say, Maria, I laugh at the Democrats who are now all of a sudden so interested in the Epstein files. For 4 years, Joe Biden and the Democrats did absolutely nothing about this story. We know that Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of connections with left-wing politicians and left-wing billionaires, and now President Trump has demanded full transparency from this, and yet somehow the Democrats are attacking him and not the Biden administration, which did nothing for 4 years.
Was it the right move for Comer to send subpoenas to the Clintons?
It absolutely was, and it drives home how, while the Democrats have tried to make this Epstein thing about anything but, the fact that Democrat billionaires and Democrat political leaders went to Epstein Island all the time, who knows what they did, but it's totally reasonable to ask these questions. What you saw in the House's subpoena is they are trying to investigate all of the things related to this particular case.
I just have to say something. I'm sorry. I think it's perfectly reasonable to ask what happened to J.D. Vance when he went to Silicon Valley and hung out with Peter Thiel. I agree. It's a perfectly crystal clear question to ask, because prior to going, he was a champion for working class people that lived in poverty, surrounded by meth. He was a never Trump guy. He saw Trump as America's Hitler. He was kind of chubby. He was kind of frumpy. And then he goes off to Peter Thiel in Silicon Valley. And then he comes back completely radicalized and, as we can see, queer-eyed. And I think it's a perfectly good question to ask. What happened during your time in California with Peter Thiel? What happened there, J.D. Vance? Because the Bidens aren't, that's over. That's done. That's 6 months in the rearview mirror. You're in the hot seat now. What happened with you and Peter Thiel? That's what I want to know.
Completely agree. And you know who else I think probably asked that question? Usha Vance, because he was pro-immigration. He wrote his law review on immigration, and she is a daughter of immigrants. And now the worm is turned and he says, I love my wife, but because she's Indian. But a couple things stood out to me. James Comer, I would not put James Comer in charge of babysitting my puppy. Everything he touches is just incompetent down the line. If he subpoenas Bill and Hillary Clinton, I don't care. That kind of thing. I expected Bill Clinton to be on there because I have been educated on the Epstein scandal from jump. But here's the thing. Did you see how he said Donald Trump is transparency? Even the right wing in response to this was like, release the files then. If he's so transparent, we would have these files if Donald Trump wasn't in it. Full stop. Full fucking stop. And then he goes on to talk about his leaked meeting about the Epstein documents. Well, that wasn't it. What are you talking about? Here's J.D. Vance.
We have a great FBI director and a great Department of Justice lead, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and we met to talk about how to ensure we have justice for the American people. We actually didn't talk about the Epstein issue at all. That was never meant to be the subject of the meeting.
Okay, stop. Just real quick. I want you to keep playing. The Vice President and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, they're getting together to discuss justice for the American people.
Okay, one more thing too. That's a total joke. But you notice when he goes on Fox, it's a little bit midday eyeliner. Right. It's not quite, when he's on Fox, he just has like a dayliner on. Right. We're not quite going smoky yet, but you can see it's like, oh, this is Fox. I'll lighten it up a little bit. I just wanted to point that out.
In the corners, though, I think he goes lighter, but you can still see it glaring.
In the corner, yeah, he does.
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody leaked a calendar entry maybe, and then people assumed that it must have been about Epstein, even though it had nothing to do with Epstein. On the Epstein issue, what the president has said very clearly, because we've had other meetings about that, is that he wants us to be fully transparent and he wants the credible information out there. So we're working to compile the thousands and thousands of documents.
Who believes that Donald Trump sat down with J.D. Vance and says, look, Pam, J.D., Kash, Dan Bongino, I want to be fully transparent with the American people.
No one.
Who believes that? Seriously, this is a guy who wouldn't release his tax returns. There's nothing transparent about it. He is a compulsive liar. Just in his first term alone, it was documented something like 35,000 lies. I don't know what the lie meter is on this administration, but it's got to be, rapid. rapid. It's just unbelievable that he says that. And I guess on Fox, I guess people that watch, they believe that Trump is a transparent presidency.
Well, they say the word transparent all the time, like Caroline KKK Levitt. She's always talking about transparency. And I'm like, it tells me they're not being transparent because they're so transparent. And then they hold up the signed documents. Oh, we sent a letter to the pharmaceutical companies. You're the fucking president. You
Okay, listen. One thing they do, and this is when you repeat something over and over and over again, and the right wing is really good at that. They're very good at getting a lie and then disseminating it to the podcasters, to the right wing entertainment channels. I can't even call them news channels. And then all of the little foot soldiers like JD Vance. And let's make no mistake, all of these people are Donald Trump's bitches. He loves to, every chance he can get, for them to humiliate themselves with all of this superficial flattery on him. He loves these humiliation exercises that he puts them all through. And I think he personally loves, because JD Vance went so hard in the paint against him. Yeah. I think he especially loves watching JD Vance humiliate himself.
No, I think you're completely right. What I loved about this, and I took this, maybe I take it differently than you, when he says, we're trying to go through, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of documents we're going through. That to me, because Pam Bondi's already said, we're not releasing anything, it's done. And now there's thousands and thousands. I think that's on purpose, to let the MAGA faithful know there are tons of documents. Pam Bondi said there aren't any. So while he's screaming transparency, I think subliminally he's signaling there's a whole lot of shit we're not letting you see.
Well, I think it's also just a delay tactic. I mean, first they said that there was nothing to see, that Bongino and Kash Patel and even Pam Bondi, she went from, it's on my desk, I'm going to release it any day now, to actually there's nothing to see here. And I read an article, and I don't know what the factuality is of this, and I need to look further into it, was that Ghislaine Maxwell offered the Biden administration information on Trump, and she was already incarcerated, and they weren't even interested in it, which I guess tells you what wussies Democrats are.
Yeah. My first thought was, what a bunch of pussies. And then the second thing I thought about was, he didn't feel comfortable releasing a pedophile, because I'm sure that information would have cost a pardon, a computation, or something. But it also goes to, maybe they don't believe somebody that's been convicted of perjury like Ghislaine Maxwell. Right. She's been convicted of perjury as one of her federal charges. But then, okay, so switching gears a little bit to Elon and JD. So JD is wanting to get back together with Elon Musk. We see this report. Breaking, VP JD Vance wants Elon Musk to come back into the MAGA movement by the midterms. Two reasons. Number one, they want to fuck with the voting systems, and Elon Musk has the capability to do that. And two, they want money. But I just think it's interesting they're being so public about it. We want Elon Musk back.
Do it.
Do it. People hate him.
He's the most unpopular man in the world. And do it. Bring him back. Look at what happened in Wisconsin. Bring him back. Do it. Bring him back, because Elon Musk he's the one who started this whole Epstein thing, and he is a loose cannon.
Yeah.
And so getting back in, because he can't handle the big seat. He can't handle it. He starts spiraling. He's a total Twitter addict, ketamine addict, and he starts spiraling, and then he starts dripping out things if people aren't nice to him.
But so this again goes to my point, is JD Vance like wanting Elon Musk back? He knows how much shit Elon Musk knows about Trump. He knows he has the biggest megaphone on the planet. Do you think that this is all a part because Elon is a loose cannon? Elon does attack Trump. JD Vance, yes, money, yes, Twitter, yes, Starlink, all that. But I just have this overwhelming feeling that JD Vance is nefarious and up to no good, and there's a coup in the making.
I think you're probably spot on with that. And I think your theory has a lot of meat on the bones, because the tech oligarchs are the ones who, after JD went to hang out with Peter Thiel, they're all grouped up, and they have this idea of like dark enlightenment. Yes. And they want to dismantle democracy. And Peter Thiel is just as weird as they get. And JD Vance is completely beholden to all of these men. And Elon Musk is with them on all of this. These aren't men that have made billions of dollars who want to leave their thumbprint on the world as having helped vulnerable people or having helped marginalized people. They want their thumbprint to be, we tore down the United States of America.
Absolutely. Peter Thiel makes no bones about that. So stick with us. We're going to be watching JD Vance. We've got our eyes on him, and subscribe to our channel and like this video.